Hey there, I'm Brando Figure. What we have here is Neca Alien Resurrection Xenomorph Warrior. I came across this figure at Target recently and decided to buy it. Well, I paid close to $40 for this. That is very expensive for a figure with no accessories. But I don't have any alien figure, so I had to own at least one anyway. My dumbass didn't realize there are cheaper Neca Xenomorph figures. Alright, you're probably wondering why I didn't take it out of the packaging. Neca is not known for strong joints. Their figures are brittle and can risk breaking easily, especially when trying to take them out of the packaging. Let's take them off the display stand and carefully take them out. So the figure comes out. Wow. It has a really strong plastic smell. Okay, so whatever is wrapped on here, I need to cut this piece. And then this one. And whatever this one is. Jeez, why do they make it so difficult? Jeez. Okay. Let's take one out here. Oh my gosh. Okay, got it. Now, okay, he's still stuck in there somehow. Here's the thing, I'm really afraid to get him out because Neca is so brittle. So I have to be careful. Okay, this piece right here, see that piece right here? It's holding that figure in place. So I gotta make sure nothing else is holding it in place. Oh yeah, and the tail too. This tail is sticking out to the other side. I don't know why they would do that. That's stupid. Okay. Okay, I got that one out. I'm supposed to take the tail out. Okay. There. Finally got it out. What the hell is that thing? Right there on the head. Looks like a spider web. I hope no spider is coming out to kill me. So yeah, that's what it looks like out of the box. But man, what a pain to take it out. Ridiculous. And I gotta clean this up. What I have behind the alien is the picture. Because it's the only one that will fit this giant figure. So I have to put him right here. And place him down here. Now, why do you ask? Well, because their joints are very fragile. And I broke my last two Neca action figures. And I'm just not confident in the plastic quality that Neca made. So I have to be very careful. Because I actually really like this action figure. It looks amazing. So the last thing I would want is to break this figure. So yeah, it's very tight over here. You can move his jaw. And then here's this, which is really stiff. I'm not gonna bother with this. Shoulders are stiff. Shoulders are stiff. Arms can move a little bit. Like just a little bit. You can move here. That's about it. And then the legs, the legs feel very, very stiff. I can't move it. And then there's the knees, which can move a little. And then there's this giant tail, which I'm not confident in, and I don't want to break it because it's so old. I don't know how well this plastic can hold up. So I'm just gonna be careful when I handle this thing. And man, this thing is gorgeous. It really is. It looks amazing. Okay, so let's put some hot water in. Okay, so it does pulse. It's wired. Finally, now it's out of the way. So it seems like the paint is sticking the joints. And that's why sometimes they break. Because look, watch how this looks. Just watch this part right here. See that? Now I can finally move it. Now, let's get to the exciting part, size. About close to 10 inches. That is pretty tall. That is massive. So, let's see what it looks like next to the DC Multiverse figures. Let's start with Steel, Arkham City Batman. R.I.P. Kevin Conroy. I miss him. Now we're going to go over articulation, but before that I have to put the figure back into the warm water again, just so I can move the joints better. Okay, so now I'm going to start posing the figure. So he can look up this far. It's pretty far up. Down this far. That's it. Up this far. Okay, and then left and right. Full swivel. And he does open his mouth, and you have to use pliers to pull the little mouth, the little extra mouth out like that. And that extra mouth is out. Right? Push it back in, close it. And now the shoulders go up about. This one goes up higher. This one can't. I mean, it could, but just a little. They go up that far. Now, the arm, double jointed, goes about this far, and it's got a swivel at the bottom. And the shoulder can rotate as well. And now the wrist, let me hold this. I have to be careful. Okay. The wrist has hinge. And yeah, it has a hinge like that. It's very small, so be careful with that. It does rotate, but not much. This other one, the wrist, it has little sculpts on there. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get a closer look. You see the sculpt? It's not perfect. So when you try to rotate, you might risk breaking it. So hold on. Good. have to be very careful with it. And it does have a little bit of a hinge, but that's about it. And you can move his fingers back and forth like that. Okay. And then this one does move the fingers, but it's very stiff on this side, so I have to be careful. Hold on. Let me try to move it a little bit. It's very, very stiff. I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna leave it alone. The chest can arch back about this far. And forward about this far, which is pretty good. And it does have a swivel, full 360 actually. And now it does have a little bit of side to side, depending on how soft your rib cage is on your figure. Now the legs, it's got okay, let me move this. If you move this side of the leg, it goes up, and the other leg moves along with it, right? But if I move this side, it doesn't move along with the other leg. So it's kind of weird. The design is a little weird. Now I want to show you. I open the legs. See the joints here? There are two different joints. This one is smooth. This one has little ratchet. You know, the little bars on there. It's for you to like kind of have that ratchet feel. You know? So, yeah, just be careful with that. And so anyway, it goes up this far. If you bend it this, if you bend the leg up, then it can go up further because of the sculpt of those thighs. So I don't know if it has a swivel. No, I don't think it has a swivel. This one has a swivel at the bottom. It has no swivel at the top. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. Yeah, no swivel. It's just the bottom. And it rotates all the way around. And it does have a hinge. And as well as this side also has a hinge. It's a little tough. Hold on. Wow, it is tight. Well, I'm not gonna bother, but that's what it looks like. Let me try the other side. There's this, and then, yeah, that moves better. So that's how far it goes here. And then there's this, which is also a bit of a swivel. I don't think so. I don't think it's a swivel. It's just, let me try the other side. Oh, it does have a little bit of swivel. It goes up and down. It goes all the way back here and then up at a 90-degree angle. And this one is ball jointed. Goes about this far. Wait, let me show you. Goes about this far, gets this far, and goes down this far, goes up this far. And the toe hinge, it's pretty tight, but I got it. So it's got toe hinges as well. And now it's convoluted. Okay, now the tail is wired. So I can move it around like that or straining it like that. It's pretty sturdy too, so it can really hold up your figure, so you don't need a stand for it. You can use the tail as basically the stand for your figure. So yeah, that's the articulation for you. Alright, let's talk about sculpt and paint. You can see inside the head. You can see the sculpt inside the head. It's translucent or transparent. Very nice. You see all the detail, the texture detail. The teeth are painted like silver color. Very nice detail. It's incredible. Let's see the back of the head. Look at that. Looks disgusting. I love it. See the shoulders. Looks like little muscle striations here and there. Like alien looking. And then this part here looks like, you know, I don't know, it's just hard to explain. There's really a lot of detail. That's all I can say. And you can see the sculpt directly on the joints as well. There's some joints on here. You see these, I don't know, tentacles. And you can see the detail in the chest area. It's actually sculpted all the way up. Let me move the arms real quick. It's really awkward because it's so articulated. If I push it back further, it's tight. You see all the detail all the way up. Let me turn so you can see. It is still sculpted all the way up. It's really nice. So yeah, that's the sculpt. The paint and the sculpt is phenomenal. So much detail on a little figure. Okay, let's talk about pros and cons. I'm going to start with cons. The cons are that it's very hard to take this out of the packaging. I mean, I had to use scissors and I had to very carefully take it out of the bubble wrap, and it had like wires that it was completely wrapped in, and I had to use scissors again to cut the little wirings that held the figure in. It was just a pain to take out, especially knowing that Neca is very, very fragile. And it has very stiff joints. So sometimes I would warm it up completely, and I had to warm up the figure before I even move anything. And that's the drawback of this figure. So you have to literally put it in really hot, warm water. And some paints are fused within the joints, so sometimes they are just stuck and there's nothing I can do about them. It can't stand on its own due to weak knee joints. And it's got 9-up range in the feet and ankle joints. And it can't move the tongue out of the mouth. Like I can't move the tongue out of the mouth with my fingers. I can't do anything. So I had to use pliers, really thin pliers, and just to pull that little tongue out of the mouth. And the price is really steep. I mean, I don't mind it to be $40 as long as I can pose the figure properly without having to put it in warm or hot water. But the fact that I had to put it in warm water just to move all the joints properly makes this figure not worth $40 at all. Okay, let's talk about the pros. This figure has a really nice transparent dome for the head, and it's got a movable jaw. It's got a movable tongue, like mouth tongue or whatever that is, that comes out of his mouth. And it's got posable tail. It's got movable fingers. It's got posable toe hinges. And it is very articulated as long as you put it in warm water or use a blow dryer to heat up the figure a little bit to make it softer, just so you can move all the joints properly. It's actually a really fun figure to pose. But as long as you do the warm-up of this figure first, then you can pose it. But it is very nice, and the sculpt is unbelievably good. Like, it's 10 out of 10 when it comes to sculpt and paint too, because it looks so slimy and wet. Yeah, I like that look on this alien figure. So it's just really well done for the sculpt and paint. Alright, before I head out, I want to talk about a few things. This figure is about $35 at Target. But when you try to buy it at checkout, just keep in mind that the tax will be added to this figure. So it'll be close to $40, which is around $39. It is very expensive. So if you do get it and if you do take it out of the packaging, be very careful. Like I just showed you, Neca is super fragile. I broke my last 2 figures because I was not extra careful with them. But other than that, it is very nice figure. And I'm kind of happy with it because of the sculpt and paint. So it looks really good. Even though it is available at Target, there are cheaper alternatives. So just keep in mind that I have found some figures like this, brand new in the box, a lot less than $35. I mean, some of them were like $25 to $30. So I suggest you look elsewhere. But if you do want to get it direct from Target, just warm up the figure and all that. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope this review helps you decide on whether or not you should get it. Keep posting your action figures. Subscribe if you want to see more reviews, and hope I see you next time.